What's up, guys? Back again with another UFC Fight Picks video on the UFC Fight Night card, Nelson versus Ponzinibbio. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the picks for the whole card, very similar to last week's video, pretty much the last fight card. So let's go ahead and get started here. So we're gonna start with the Fight Pass prelims. We got two fights. First fight, we got Leslie Smith versus Amanda Lemos. So Leslie Smith, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are familiar with Leslie Smith that watch women's MMA anyway. Amanda Lemos here is making her UFC debut. All right. So loading up Leslie's page here real quick. Summary aggressive. They should add boxing to that because she has some good boxing. Coming off a win against Irene Aldana, who is, kind of a very good prospect to the division. She has good boxing and whatnot, and also has a lot of finishes. So a lot of people were hyped up for Aldana, and I think Aldana also was the favorite in that fight. I actually ended up picking Aldana in that fight myself, but yeah, Leslie Smith actually came through there with the win. Pretty much just pressured Aldana the whole fight, came forward and just boxed her up a little bit more than Aldana did. But Aldana also did pretty well. I mean, 108 significant strikes from her. Leslie Smith landed 169 significant strikes. So yeah, obviously fight of the night right there. So yeah, she's coming off a good win there. Her last loss was to Cyborg, but I mean, come on now, Cyborg knocks everybody out. And even when she got knocked out against Cyborg, she was still kind of complaining about the stoppage. So obviously, Leslie Smith is extremely durable. So her opponent here, 6-0, very young in her career anyway. She's going to be the smaller fighter, 5'4", and less reach, just by an inch on the reach there, but 5 inches shorter. This girl should actually really be at 115. Her size kind of just, stands out like it'd be good at strawweight, or at least flyweight when they bring that division. Pretty sure she will move down. Anyways, we got 5 wins by knockout, 1 by submission. She has a guillotine finish, and then 5 first round finishes. So obviously this goes a finisher, comes out strong, lands heavy shots, has some good good power in her knees. But that's pretty much all I really got to say about her. But yeah, the way I see the fight playing out is very similar to Leslie Smith's last fight. We got Lemos here, another girl who likes to stand and bang, just like Aldana. Well, not stand and bang, but someone that likes to strike. And pretty much when Smith fights someone that that likes to strike, and she's more durable than the other person, or she can just land a lot of output, then she's gonna be able to win the fight. So I see that happening here in this fight. I see Smith just coming forward, very similar, like I said, to the last fight, just coming forward, throwing those hands, landing those shots, and just pressuring Lemos the whole time, and probably landing another at least 80 significant strikes at least, because man, she landed a shit ton in that fucking last fight. But I mean, let's look at some of her other wins against Bryn Nakai. She got taken down 3 times, and she still landed 62 significant strikes. Against Duke, she finished Duke. Against Jessica Ai, they stopped the fight due to doctor stoppage. But either way, this girl has good output, pretty much is what I'm saying. So yeah, I think her experience and her output with her striking, especially her boxing, is pretty much more than likely here going to win her the fight. I don't think Lemos could knock her out. Well, I mean, she has power, and I guess anybody can be knocked out, but me personally, I don't see Lemos, really catching her and knocking her out, So yeah, I see Leslie Smith just being durable, moving forward, landing shots, and more than likely winning this fight by decision, maybe even LA finish. So yeah, Leslie Smith by decision. Next fight, we got Brett Johns versus Alba Morales. This one's gonna be a quick pick here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Brett Johns. This guy's pretty well rounded, undefeated. Looked pretty good in his UFC debut. Landed, I think it was 11 takedowns. As you guys can see there, takedown average is pretty damn high. Anyways, he looked pretty damn good. I think he's a judo black belt or something like that. He has high level judo. his summary on this page is wrestling. I mean, this guy, he's pretty much going to take this guy down. Morales does have some actually good takedown defense, and maybe he could be a good sleeper. You know, I mean, I think a lot of people are, yeah, look at that, negative 350. A lot of people are really counting out Albert Morales. You know, I actually am counting him out also. But I just think Brett Johnson is going to be a little bit too much. You know, I think he's just going to be pressing for that takedown. And his stand-up also isn't that horrible either. So I don't see any major weaknesses in Johns here to make me think that Morales is going to be able to, you know, get the finish or win here. So unless Morales hurts him early on the feet and knocks him out or something like that, I really can't see Morales catching him with submission either or anything else like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Brett Johns here. I think he just more than likely just, you know, takes this guy down, just beats him up. When it goes to the feet, you know, strikes with him for a bit, then takes him back down again, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm picking Brett Johns, and I think he wins by decision. All right, now for the FS1 prelims, guys, we got Danny Henry. Sorry about that. Danny Henry versus Daniel Tamer. Man, both these guys with their Danny names and shit. Yeah, both these guys like to strike. Tamer is actually, I don't know if you guys recognize this guy, but he looks very similar to someone in the UFC. If you guys don't know who it is, it's David Tamor, who is actually on a 3-5 winning streak right now. So yeah, this is actually his older brother. But let's go ahead and talk about Danny Henry here. Well-rounded enduro bull. 4 first-round finishes. Last time fights in South Africa. 5 wins by KO. 4 by submission. He has an anaconda choke, a triangle, and 2 rear naked chokes. 3-5 win streak. Okay. This guy was a champion over there where he was at before. Not much else to say here. Tamer. Oh, actually, that's pretty much it, yeah. So, yeah, Tamer here, like I said, this guy is David Tamer's older brother. Summary is Heart and Power. 3 wins by KO and 3 by submission. He has two armbar finishes and a guillotine. So, actually, this guy really likes the armbar. So, I guess whenever he goes to the ground, whether he's on top or on bottom, he will go for the submission. And more likely, he's going to go for that armbar. Has finished all wins, all in the first round. So this guy, you know, he's not there to play around, man. He has that killer instinct, goes out there, fight, and he's looking for that finish very quickly, obviously. So, yeah, this guy's a finisher. Like I said before, older brother of UFC vet David Tamer. 3-time Swedish multi-champion and a Swedish kickboxing champion and a Nordic multi-champion. So, yeah, this guy's very similar to his brother because his brother is also a really good, you know, multi-striker. So both these guys are very similar. Let's see. It means that I have reached my... What? This guy wants to become the undisputed 145-pound UFC champion. Well, why the fuck is the fight here at 155 then? Anyway, so yeah, this guy, you know, he is kind of... I'm not going to say small for the weight class, but, you know, 69-inch reach. Yeah, this guy probably belongs at featherweight. And this guy, I think this guy says here that he was also a featherweight world champion. I would say Henry here is the bigger guy. Anyway, so yeah, both these guys like to strike. And Tamer, you know, I can't really see Tamer really losing the fight unless he gets caught with something, or, you know, Henry comes out with some sort of super heavy wrestling game plan. But to me, I saw some highlights of Tamer, and he's just like his brother, you know, good takedown defense, solid striking, obviously all around, coming from that multi background. So I kind of just see Tamer winning the fight here, as the odds indicate. Over here we got, let's see, well, actually they don't really indicate his percentage there or his negative points, but yeah, you can see Henry is plus 185. So yeah, that makes sense. Tamer is the favorite here. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Tamer in this fight. He's a finisher, man. Both these guys are finishers, so I expect a high-paced fight. And I think the first round's gonna be really high pace, and you know I don't think they're gonna knock each other out in the first, but it could happen. But you know, more than likely it's probably gonna happen in the second round, because the first round's gonna be like, you know, both of them are going heavy for the finish, and maybe in the second round they get a little tired, and someone just catches someone with, obviously with the strike. But obviously I think Tamer's gonna get the win. So yeah, Tamer, second round knockout. Now for the next fight, we got Charlie Ward versus Galore Buffando. So yeah, this is a very quick pick here. I'm picking Buffando here. First of all, Charlie Ward looks like, just a really bad fighter, kind of like a bum. A lot of people are already hating on this guy. He's not really UFC caliber. He got starched in his last fight in the first round, finished like in pretty much less than 30 seconds. Buffando here, this guy hasn't fought in a while, I think, but man, as you can see, all his wins are by knockout. And yeah, he's a heavy-handed guy, very huge, tons of power, should be the better striker. And I can't see Ward kind of just hanging in there with him. I think Bufando's gonna start fast like he usually does, and he's gonna get that fucking finish. I'm opening his page here just so you guys can see some statistics on this guy. Yeah, 3 wins by KO, 2 first-round finishes, and the losses here that he has by disqualification are actually because he needs someone, or because he was doing illegal knees from obviously trying to do some damage. So, I don't know if you guys really want to count those losses. Maybe count those losses as a no contest, and let's just say he's undefeated. But yeah, this guy's a finisher, man. 2-time world champion in kickboxing, 3-time British champion in kickboxing. Yeah, there's not much else to say here. Ward here is more than likely gonna get fucking stomped. I think the odds there are actually, negative 210 on Buffando. I think that's maybe a little bit too nice there for Charlie Ward. But yeah, I see Buffando starching Ward early in the first round. So Buffando, first round KO. Next fight, Alexandre Pantoja versus Neil Seery. Opening up their pages real quick. As you can see, Pantoja is actually one of these prospects here in the flyweight division. Only 2 losses there in his record. Neil Seery, this guy should have retired already a while back. This is going to be a retirement fight here, pretty much. Coming off a win against Eric Shelton. He has 10-fight win streak. 6 wins by KO, 6 by submission. He has a triangle, 4 naked chokes and armbar, 6 first round finishes. State champion, and he has a lot of good shit on here. Yeah, so this guy's well rounded. Seery, pretty much boxing. This guy's 10 years older also than Pantoja. Coming off a loss, hasn't fought in a while, long layoff. Yeah, I think everybody here is picking Pantoja unless you guys are a really big Neil Seery fan. I see Pantoja just winning the fight, just outpointing him, outstriking him, maybe even wrestling him here for a bit, because as we can see here on Neil Seery's record here, in the last fight he got taken down 6 times against De Los Reyes. He got taken down also 3 times against Smoka. Got taken down 6 times. So pretty much what I'm saying here is Seery has bad takedown defense, so I expect Pantoja to mix it up, just strike and then mix it up also with the takedowns, and more likely he's gonna win this fight by decision. So that's gonna be my pick, guys. Pantoja by decision. Featured fight on the FS1 prelims: Danny Roberts versus Bobby Nash. So this is kind of a close fight in some ways. Nash is a small underdog there, plus 150 pretty much. Alright, so got Danny Hot Chocolate Roberts here. Good boxing, good striking overall. Good athlete. He's coming off a loss though to Mike Perry. Mike Perry knocked him the fuck out. Wasn't doing that horrible in the fight. He landed 81 significant strikes on Perry. Perry just ended up knocking him out, just completely out. And I'm pretty sure that's why he hasn't fought in a while. He got knocked out pretty bad. Before that, he actually got a first-round submission win against Nathan Coy. Pretty much a power wrestler. And against Dominic Steele, he ended up winning a close decision against Dominic Steele. Like I said, he won a close fight there pretty much. A lot of people thought maybe even Steele could have won the fight there. And Steele was able to take him down 6 times also in the fight. So Bobby Nash here, wrestling and striking. He's coming off a loss to Li Jingliang. He actually hurt Lee in the fight, but Lee was able to recover and obviously come back to get the 2nd round knockout. So yeah, Nash got knocked out by just a heavy-handed guy. Roberts got good power also, but he's more of a technical striker, with good output and whatnot, good accuracy and stuff like that. He's not a huge power puncher like Li Jingliang was. So I don't know if Nash is going to be able to get knocked out that easily. But the thing I like about Bobby Nash here is that he has that wrestling background, and man, he's a really good wrestler. And Roberts' take on the fence isn't that good, so I really like that, especially since Bobby Nash is the underdog. And Bobby Nash also has some good power. I mean, good. Like I said, look at his knockout percentage and even his sub percentage. This guy's a finisher, goes out there to finish. Like I said, he knocked down Li Jinglang in the fight, so he hurt him in the fight in the first round. So obviously, this guy has power. And Roberts is coming off that bad knockout. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's probably recovered, but I mean, that was a pretty bad knockout. So pretty much, I'm gonna go ahead and give Bobby Nash a chance here. I mean, Roberts is the favorite. I mean, he is, I want to say, the better striker, obviously. But if he gets taken down, Nash could, probably smash him with some ground and pound and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go to pick Bobby Nash here, just because he's a good underdog play. And if Nash wins, I think more than likely could come out with maybe like a third round finish or something like that. But more than likely he's gonna win by decision. So Nash by decision. Now we're on to the main card here. We got James Mulheron versus Justin Willis. So both of these guys are obviously big heavyweights. I was looking at their video, wasn't too impressed with either of them actually. But what I do gotta say here is that Willis is the bigger guy, and he's training out of AKA, really good camp, obviously over there with Cormier and Cain Velasquez. And he, like I said, he's bigger. Look at the reach advantage. He has an 8-inch reach advantage. And yeah, I mean, James Mulheron, that guy's like 5'10". Yeah, I'm just not too impressed here with Mulheron. Not too impressed with Willis either, but I just think he's going to be a little bit better, a little bit more explosive. I think he's the better athlete. He was a former, I think, football player. So I expect Willis to just be the better athlete here. Maybe catch this guy early, get him out of there in the first round. So I'm going to go to pick Willis to win the fight. Not my most confident pick, but I'm going to go ahead and pick Willis here. So Willis, first round KO. Next fight, another fight that's probably going to end quick. Khalil Roundtree versus Paul Craig. Roundtree is obviously a knockout artist, and he's facing Paul Craig here, who is coming off a first round KO loss to Tyson Pedro. Yeah, pretty much Khalil looked pretty damn good in his last fight, even though it ended pretty quickly. He looked very focused in the fight. He was very patient, very calm in the fight. I could just see it in his face. And I think he's going to come here confident against Paul Craig, knowing that Craig got knocked out in his last fight. So we know Roundtree is all about the power. Craig, really good jiu-jitsu. Look at his submission percentage. So obviously it's a striker versus grappler matchup. But I can't see Craig taking down Roundtree so early in the fight, unless Roundtree slips up here in the fight. Because Roundtree has actually done that a couple times in his UFC career, but like I said, in his last fight he looked a lot more focused. So I'm expecting him to come in here confident, knowing that Craig, everybody pretty much knows against Roundtree that you don't take this guy down, he's gonna knock you out. So yeah, he knows Craig's gonna go for the takedown, and yeah, he's gonna be ready to stuff it, and he's gonna get that KO. So I'm picking Roundtree here. It's another risky pick, but I really think Roundtree's going to be able to knock him out. So, Roundtree, first round knockout. Next fight, Jack Marshman versus Ryan James. Another quick pick here. Yeah, Ryan James doesn't seem like a really high-level guy. Marshman is coming off a second round knockout loss to Thiago Santos. But, I mean, Santos is just on another level. Santos is obviously a really sharp striker with excellent power. And he caught him with like a spinning kick to the head. So yeah, it was a really clean ass kick. But Marshman has really good boxing, and I mean that's pretty much gonna be able to do it here. I mean I can't see James also taking down Marshman easily or anything like that. And on the feet, I don't think James has much at all in the feet for Marshman here. So I'm picking Marshman to get the. Yeah, actually I do see him kind of getting the finish here. Hold up. Yeah, so I like Marshman here in the fight. I think he's just gonna be able to box up James from start to finish. Like I said, I can't see James taking him down, so picking Marshman, and I think more than likely he's going to get a second round knockout. Next fight. Now, this is actually a very close fight. Stevie Ray versus Paul Felder. Both these guys, I want to say, kind of fight a similar style in a way. Both of them kind of go to decision. You know, both of them are well-rounded guys. But as you guys can see here in the odds, oh fuck, well actually looks like a lot of people are now on Stevie Ray, but this was actually originally a very close fight, so now all of a sudden everybody's picking Stevie Ray. But actually I'm gonna go ahead and go the other way, guys. I'm picking Paul Felder here. I think he's just a better striker, and to be honest, I don't really see him losing unless Ray gets takedowns on him. So yeah, Ray doesn't really go for too much takedowns, so the fight's primarily on the feet. I see Felder winning the fight. The thing about Felder is sometimes he just loses the fight because he gets a little bit outstruck in the fight, so he has to keep up with the output from Stevie Ray here. But like I said, Felder is the sharper striker. He has the more power. He's, you know, the more heavy-handed guy, more heavy-kicked guy, or heavy-legged guy actually. So yeah, I just see Felder just being the better striker here, and you know, like I said, it's kind of a close fight, but I just like Felder here in this spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Felder, and more than likely he's gonna win by decision. Now we're on to the co-main event. We got Joanne Calderwood versus Cynthia Calvillo, and for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the pages real quick. All right, so yeah, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, 11-2 record. Pretty much this girl's a multi-striker. Coming off a loss to Andrade, where she got tapped out in the first round, but I mean, Andrade's a beast. And man, she just really caught her quickly in that fight. Before that, she's coming off a win. Oh, I mean, actually, before that loss, she was coming off a win against Letourneau in the third round, and she also beat Courtney Casey, who's a pretty tough girl. Let's see. Thoughts on opponent? She's an exciting fighter, well-rounded. She will match up too well to my striking, and I can see her wanting to take it to the ground. Yeah, pretty much. I can't see Calvillo here. Pretty much, this girl's a grappler. I can't really see her standing with Calderwood for too long. Yeah, pretty much in the UFC, as you can see, undefeated. Against Pro Gonzalez, she beat her in the third round with a submission. Against Cooper, tapped her on in the first round. One first round finish, 2 wins by KO and 2 by submission, 2 rear naked chokes, and 1 win by decision. What else? Yeah, Joanne is a great striker with great multi. She's big and strong for a strawweight. If it does get to the ground, I will definitely submit her. I'm going to be stronger and faster, and even in the stand-up, I'm going to be a lot faster than her. All right. Yeah, I don't think so. So I think on the feet for sure, guys. Calderwood's gonna be able to win the fight on the feet. But can she stop the takedowns from Calvillo? Because Calvillo does have some good wrestling. Striking actually does have some good output there. But she's very green, you know, in the MMA game. She's only 5-0. Calderwood here has the experience. You know, she knows how girls beat her. Against Moro, she got caught early and got tapped out in the first round by submission. And then against Andrade, again, got taken down and got caught by submission in the first round. So it kind of seems like this is the perfect kind of matchup for Calvillo, seeing as Calderwood always gets tapped out in the first round. But Calderwood has been training, you know, with TriStar and whatnot, getting some good training. She knows all her opponents want to get her to the ground, because on the feet, she's pretty much piecing them up on the feet. So yeah, if Calvillo can, obviously, if she can't take her down or tap her out in the first round, I think Calderwood here is going to be able to take over the fight. So I'm going to go ahead and pick an underdog pick here, Joanne Calderwood. And yeah, I really do think she's going to be able to come out here with the win. Has the experience. I think a lot of people are overlooking her just because she's coming off that loss against Andrade, who's obviously like number 2 or number 1 ranked in the UFC right now in the rankings, or maybe even number 3. But either way, Calderwood's tough. And I think she comes here in this fight with much more improved takedown defense, and I think she's gonna beat the fuck out of Calvillo on the feet. So I'm picking Calderwood to win the fight here, and I don't know. Calvillo's pretty tough, so I see Calderwood winning this fight by decision. All right, now for the main event, we got Gunnar Nelson versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. So yeah, a lot of people are familiar with Gunnar Nelson here. This guy's obviously really good on the ground, excellent jiu-jitsu. Pretty much what this guy's been doing now lately is that he stands with you, hurts you on the feet, and then, you know, once you're on the ground, he obviously goes for the submission. Let me go ahead and open up their pages here real quick. And then we got Santiago Ponzinibbio here, though. Good striker, heavy hands, good power, good striking output also, and improving takedown defense. So Gunnar Nelson, as you guys can see there, summary is submissions. 2-5 win streak. Both fights he won in the second round by submission against Joanne. Hurt him on the feet, took him down, tapped him out. Tumanov, essentially the same shit. Against Maya, obviously Maya just obviously being a high level guy there. Rick Story, I can't believe, you know, Rick Story was actually able to beat him though. So yeah, Ponzinibbio here is on 4-5 win streak, so very impressive. Out of those 4 fights, he got 2 first-round knockouts against Court McGee, very tough and durable guy with good wrestling and good strike output, and he was able to KO him in the first round. Before that, he beat Zach Cummings, kind of another similar guy to Court McGee. And against Taleb, a striker, he was just able to outstrike him in the fight. His last loss was to Lawrence Larkin, who's obviously a good striker, got knocked out in the second round. And also LaFleur, where he pretty much got grapple fucked there, but that was his first fight in the UFC. So yeah, we'll see here if Ponzinibbio was ready for Gunnar Nelson, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick the underdog here, guys, on this one. So first of all, you know, I'm picking Ponzinibbio because he is the underdog. If Nelson was the underdog, and I would actually sway more to Nelson's side, but I like Ponzinibbio here. I think he's the better striker. Obviously got some more power. Like I said, improving takedown defense. If he keeps it on the feet, he could potentially catch Nelson on the feet, hurt him, maybe even get that quick finish, or just, you know, outstrikes him over the course of the 5 rounds. You know, he got 5 rounds to work with here. Nelson, like I said, this guy, more than likely, he's going to try to stand with him in a bit, or for a bit in the fight. Try to hurt him on the feet and go for the submission like he always does. But Ponzinibbio is the sharper striker here, so I don't really think Nelson's going to be able to, you know, I don't think Nelson's going to be able to hit him with anything heavy. Ponzinibbio only really loses to heavy-handed guys, well, that could hurt him in the feet anyway, like Lawrence Larkin. So I think Nelson here has to go for the takedowns early to be able to win the fight quickly in the first round or second round. If not, you know, Ponzinibbio is going to be able to outstrike him here in the fight. I would say the cardio advantage does go to Nelson though, because he doesn't throw a lot of strikes, guys. He just throws well-placed shots, and, you know, gets down to business. If he hurts you, gets down to business, gets you on the ground, goes for that submission. So, you know, he saves a lot of energy. So I could see Nelson, you know, doing well in the 5 rounds, like not gassing as much. Like I said, Ponzinibbio here, he's more of a power guy, so more than likely he's going to gas a little quicker. But I expect him to outstrike Nelson in the fight. So, you know, Nelson in his last 5-round fight against Rick Story, as you can see, he lost in the fight. He got outworked by Story, but I mean, Story obviously has that, you know, that wrestling background that actually helped him win the fight there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick Ponzinibbio, guys. And you know what? It's gonna be hard to finish Nelson, so I think Ponzinibbio wins by decision. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for the picks. Yeah, that's gonna be it. So thanks for watching the video. Subscribe for more. I do these UFC fight picks videos every time there's a UFC card, so subscribe and stay tuned for my fight pick videos. And yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. So enjoy the fights. Hopefully you guys make some money, and yeah, not much else to say. So that's gonna be it, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next video.